So a few months ago, I made a video on Azure Latch where I basically said it wasn't really for me. And let's just say some of you had strong opinions about that. But recently I noticed the game has been getting a bunch of new updates like brand new styles, mechanic changes, and balance fixes, so I figured, hey, maybe it's time to revisit it and see if it's actually gotten better. And yeah, it most definitely did. Now of course, most of you watching this video already know about the changes and what's been added, so I won't bore you with going over things that you already know. Instead, I'll just provide a short summary of the changes that's been made since I last posted that video. In the 3 months I've been off and on playing Azure Latch, they added a ton of new styles, and I mean a ton. I remember saying something to the effect of how they managed to update the game fast and with good quality, so I'm glad that what I said still holds true 3 months later. I can't really say anything on that front. I mean, the devs clearly know what they're doing and they never disappoint their player base. Well, most of the time, but I'll talk about that later. One thing I noticed during my time playing again is how much more polished the overall gameplay feels. It's still fast paced like before, which I actually praised in my last video, but now it feels like there's more structure behind the fast paced gameplay. You're not just brainlessly sprinting around with the ball anymore, you actually have to think a little bit, especially with how some of the newer styles work. Speaking of styles, the variety they've added is kind of insane. There's pretty much something for everyone now, whether you're into flashy solo plays, long range passes, or just being an annoying defender. Some of these styles actually bring in more strategy and depth, which is something I said the game was lacking before. Also, I do want to quickly mention how much better the game feels when it comes to roles now. It's not entirely striker based anymore, there's still a long way to go before it hits that team synergy feel, but I did run into more people actually playing their roles, or at least trying to, instead of just chasing the ball the whole match. So yeah, something I had a huge issue with earlier, which is how there was basically no team play, is now being fixed by adding styles like Chigiri, Aiku, and Bachara, making it so that people now have different objectives instead of everyone on the field trying to get a goal. And it honestly makes the game feel way less chaotic and way more alive. Like before, every match felt like a free-for-all where nobody passed, nobody defended, and everyone played selfishly. But now with all the different styles that were added, you're finally seeing some actual structure on the field, and trust me, that goes a long way in making the matches feel more engaging and less like a solo simulator. Oh, and let me also mention a few other changes that really help clean up some of the stuff I complained about before. First off, you can't just reset to bypass cooldowns anymore. Well, kind of. If you were playing back when I made the first video, you know exactly how broken that was. People would just reset mid-match to spam abilities with no cooldown like it was nothing, especially the people with Don Lorenzo, making it so that you could never get a goal. But now that's patched somewhat by giving people a cooldown before they're able to choose a position. So hypothetically, you can still reset to bypass cooldowns, but it'll be a lot harder to do so. Another big change is the addition of quests. I said before that grinding money in this game felt like actual pain, but now with these quests, it's a lot more manageable. You can actually afford to roll for styles now without spending years grinding or waiting for new codes to drop. It still takes a bit, sure, but it's miles better than what it was before. And lastly, goalkeepers finally got the nerf they desperately needed. And keep in mind, this is coming from a goalkeeper main. They reduced their hitbox, which means you actually have a chance to score now. It's not like before where every keeper was a wall that could block anything from anywhere without even having to move an inch. Now if you're good at placing your shots, you can actually get the ball past them, which makes for way more fun and balanced matches. I think this was needed anyway, considering the fact that we have our own style now, so in compensation for getting us nerfed, we got a style to go with it. So yeah, I gotta admit, a lot of the stuff I had issues with got fixed, but not everything. But before I go any further, I do want to throw out a quick disclaimer. I mainly play goalkeeper, so I might be a little biased on what I'm about to say, but I also feel like some of this stuff is genuinely worth talking about. But it's alright if you disagree. After all, the game isn't really centered around goalkeepers, so I get it. So while quests have been a huge help for most players, goalkeepers kind of got left behind in that regard. We still don't earn anything from making saves, there are no specific quests tailored to the goalkeeper role, and the only money we really get is from winning, which, let's be honest, isn't much at all. So if you're a dedicated GK main like me, you're basically stuck being broke unless you either switch positions or wait for a code to drop. When you really think about it, all this does is just limit the ways people can play. Now this isn't an issue for any long-term players because you've most likely saved up money by then, but this is more of an issue for new players. Not being able to earn money on a specific position is basically restricting people from doing what they want to do, which just isn't good game design. Anyway, moving on, some of the shots in this game are just straight up busted to defend against. Like Sei's curve shot and Nagi's heavy, both of them have zero windup, which means you don't have any time to react. You just have to guess where the shot is going and hope you're right. And I'm sorry, but that's not good game design either. Even if you disagree, the devs understand exactly what I'm talking about. After all, Kaiser's Magnus had this exact same problem and they nerfed it by giving it a longer windup and being able to tackle them while they use it. My only problem now though is that they basically removed Kaiser's Magnus and simply just slapped it onto Nagi instead, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm really hoping they nerf Nagi in the future because I feel like his kit is a bit too unbalanced at this moment. Now let's talk about auto goals. I don't think I need to explain what these are, but I'll do it anyway. Auto goals happen when a specific condition is met, like Nagi dribbling with fake volley 3 times by the goal, or Isagi's overtime luck shot. Most styles have conditions that make these moves fair, like Baro having to grab 2 people and make it inside the goal box, or Ren having to do a quick time event against Sei in overtime. Both of these things are relatively balanced because they take effort and setup, and that makes sense. But then there's Shido. Shido during his flow can literally just walk into the goal box and hit an auto goal from anywhere inside of it. All you have to do is step 1 foot inside the box and spam a button. No setup, no effort, no brain required. It's just ridiculous. Like, why is every other style balanced around some kind of challenge, but Shido gets to press 1 button and win? I remember losing a match simply due to the fact that 2 Shidos kept spamming auto goals on me after they realized none of their other shots were going in. And before you say something like, oh, just stop them before they get into the box, you seem to forget that to do that, I have to remove myself from the goal box and run up to them, in which case the goal is open for them to do any other shot as well. So no matter what you try to do against them, if you don't steal the ball, it's an automatic goal if they're in flow. And I don't think I have to say it, but you know, that's not very fair. But yeah, besides that, everything is pretty much fine and I have no complaints. The game really improved a lot in this short amount of time, and I'm really glad they actually listened to their player base. I'm still not going to forgive them by being so negligent that they allowed the game to get hacked, but it's whatever. I lost about 1k saves, but you know, I'll get them back eventually. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Previously I rated this game a 6 out of 10, and now I'm moving that score up to an 8 out of 10. As long as things keep going the way they are, soon enough I might even make that 8 go up to a 10. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you want to talk to me, the Discord server is linked in the description below, and as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and bye bye.